couple football terminology.
Hell
We're good
yeah.
to go.
If you don't get that, then you best be getting off this channel.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Getting
only
off
playing.
every day.
I'm
Come
only
on
playing,
now.
but we do got some interesting content for you. We're gonna go over a couple of Ohio State receivers, former Ohio State receivers, that is, now
See.
second year players in the NFL, both first round picks in 2022,
Oh yeah.
both having quarterback changes. That would be Mr. Garrett Wilson and Mr. Chris Olave. Both of them had phenomenal rookie years, were both rookie of the year candidates, and now get upgrades at quarterback. So me and Chuck are going to look at how they performed last year, what made them so exceptional, and how their new quarterback changes could take them to even higher heights. So stick around for that, but we start to show off a special way. And Chuck, what is that special way?
Dubs and L's. Got to separate the best from the worst. You know how it is.
Absolutely. And we're going to start off quickly with some dubs. Chuck, give me your dub.
So Dub is NFL preseason's coming back this week. So I'm so excited, even though it's just a Hall of Fame game or whatever. Some football's on. It gets your fucking blood flowing, gives you a little taste of what you're about to see the next coming weeks or the preseason, and then we get into the NFL season. So I'm excited to, honestly bet on that game. I'm gonna go with the over at 33.5. So hopefully by the time you're hearing this, it's a win. And if it's a loss, that's fine. We got the next week. And that's what I love about NFL. There's always next week for the players, coaches, and degenerates like us watching the game. So I'm jacked the fuck up. I'm done with this baseball crap that's just tearing my eyeballs out every night. So NFL, take the reins.
Oh yeah, we'll hit on that baseball shit in a bit. But most exciting thing about the Hall of Fame game, Zach Wilson. He's back, baby.
Oh
No
yeah,
expectations this time. Maybe he'll perform better, or maybe he'll find ways to make excuses again. Probably the latter.
probably yeah,
So my
probably excuses.
yeah, definitely. My W. So MLB trade deadline just happened, and there's a lot of action going on around the league, a lot of inaction as well. And one team that was, will they buy, will they sell, would be the Los Angeles Angels. Originally, the Angels had went on a losing streak when Mike Trout had went down, and the Angels were originally thinking about selling. Well, the Angels went on a little reverse Uno card style, went on a winning streak, and they decided they're going to buy. I'm going to give them a big dub for that, for buying, because any other team could have felt like they were destined to lose Otani anyway. So they would have tried to just get whatever they could out of him, and he certainly would have had a market. I don't know what you could possibly get in return for him, but at least the Angels are showing some fight, and they're at least making a case that hey, we want to try to win, even if it's just guys like two hitters from the Rockies. It's it's showing that we care, Otani. We're gonna try to put our best foot forward. We know Mike Trout's hurt, but he'll be back soon, and we want you to stay with this organization. That's very important because there's a lot of really bad MLB organizations, and you have certain organizations that want to tear things down, and be blatant about it. Organizations that should be making moves and didn't. The Angels actually went out there and made a positive step in the right direction. And hell, even if it doesn't lead towards the playoffs, at least Otani can validly say they tried to help me. So
Yeah,
dub to the Angels.
huge dub, huge dub. I agree too. I think it's good for baseball as a whole for them to stay competitive also. So we'll see how that works out.
Yeah, we'd all love to see him in the playoffs. But speaking of no playoffs, what do you got for us?
Yeah, Fat L. Fat L's going to both well, actually, let me paint the picture for you. Last night, I was feeling frisky. I bet on the Royals to beat the Mets. They were plus 130 at the Royals. Royals go up 3-1, and the Mets miraculously come back. They're up 4-3. Mets are up 4-3 going into the top of the ninth or I think it was the top of the eighth. But anyway, Royals end up tying it. They go to extra innings. Now we go to the bottom of I think it was the 11th. Bottom of the 11th. Now it's 4-4. Bases are loaded. Two outs. The Kansas City Royals are up. And I think I've seen this before, but I don't think I've ever seen it live. I'm watching it. The Mets pitcher comes set and he twitches his right foot back for a little. home umpire, the catcher for Alvarez calls time, and then the home plate umpire starts charging out and starts like pointing at the pitcher, and then all of a sudden you see the back umps are like, "That's a balk," and they start pointing to the guy on third, and they're like, "You come home," and the game is over. And I could not believe such a. And if I was on the other side where I bet the Mets, that would have been an insane beat. But I think that play as a whole has just summarized what New York baseball sports has been this entire season. Just looking like everything looks so good on both sides, not just the Mets. Mets is just an example. Yankees too. Everything looks so good on the outside, and then once you get on the inside, it's just so shitty, and it's coming out just not looking what you expected. And I mean, I honestly love how the Mets got rid of Verlander and Scherzer recently. I thought that was awesome. Like that was the best thing they could have done, because I don't think those guys being 41 years old the next season are gonna get it done either. So hopefully the Yankees, like, they haven't done shit. They got one reliever. Like are they? I don't think the Yankees are gonna make the playoffs. Like it's baffling what's going on. They've had the same roster since 2017, the Yankees, and they still think they can fucking get shit done. They'll never get shit done. So huge L's to both organizations.
Yeah, last night was a humbling night as a Mets fan, and we heard all the talk all week about how the Mets are starting to tear things down. They're looking for a 2024, 24 or 25, but we're like, you know what? We got the Royals coming up. At least we'll get some wins. Well, not so much there.
Mm-mm.
And for the Yankees to only get a reliever, to just not do anything, not buy, not sell, it's just like Yankees fans are super frustrated. Brian Cashman. I don't think this made things better.
No, and I'll say one last thing. People think it's I mean, it's definitely management not doing the little things, but nobody's fucking hitting on the Yankees. Nobody's fucking hitting. They're like, "Oh, we get this guy, we got this guy." They're not fucking hitting. So if you can't hit, you're not gonna win. And we got a fucking prolific pitching staff. And shoot, I could just call this a go off king by this time. Like I could go on forever,
Go off, baby.
you know? So done with baseball for now.
Yeah, let's talk about football again.
Yeah, please jack me up.
Let's get jacked up on a guy.
Yeah, jack me.
Yes. Jerry Jones says, "Yeah, jack me the fuck up. I'm gonna hype up the Cowboys again," and it's not so much the quote itself. So here's some background. So Jerry Jones was quoted about expectations for the coming season, and he says that we're going to be on our game. We'll be improved over last year. Then he goes into more detail. He says, "I'll say that Philadelphia, and if you will, the Giants and Washington team, they need to be on their game because we are. I don't want to dismiss how accomplished Philadelphia is. The Giants definitely have a chance to be better. Washington could be energized. Just us, we are better." Now, there's nothing wrong with being the owner of an organization and hyping up your organization and trying to make it sound good. The problem is when your words don't match your actions. What did the Cowboys do this offseason? They got Stephon Gilmore, who's not at his peak anymore. He's still a good corner, but he's not going to transform that team by any means. They get Brandon Cooks, but they lose a few guys. Don't really add anyone. Offensive line's getting older. And they still have Dak Prescott, who only thrives under the best of circumstances. And they still have Mike McCarthy, who is the most basic coach of all basic coaches. How he still has a job baffles me. I guess that's what happens when you're surrounded by a bunch of amazing talent. You just get to ride the wave like he did with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
But it's like
prolific defense facts.
It's like you hear this quote. What does everybody think? There ain't a single person out there that hears a quote and says, "Oh shit, Jerry Jones said it. We're screwed. Cowboys are coming back this year." No, every single person, all they're thinking is, "This guy is delusional," and he more than likely is. I mean, do what you will, hype up your team, but nobody believes it. And just the fact that you have to say this tells me that there's an inherent belief that this isn't the case. And it's just trying to make what is now an irrelevant franchise back into what they think is the greatest franchise in the NFL. Like it's an L, Jerry Jones. Eat your words.
Facts. Eat that shit, Jerry.
For real. I don't want to talk about the Cowboys anymore. They don't deserve our attention. But
It's every year, and he said it again. So I'm looking for a Cowboys down year. So
yeah, every year. Let's get into some film analysis. So, as we stated in the opener, we're going to talk about a couple of rookie receivers who received some quarterback upgrades over the offseason. So, we're going to talk about the reigning offensive rookie of the year in Garrett Wilson in just a second. But first, we're going to go over Mr. Chris Olave. Chris Olave was, I believe, the 11th overall pick of the New Orleans Saints. Now, the Saints had a number one receiver just a few years back, one of the most dominant in the league, Michael Thomas, also from Ohio State, by the way, who just kind of fell off out of nowhere, whether it was injuries or just being a lazy bum. I guess we don't really know for sure. But here comes Chris Olave, and he steps in immediately, and he assumes the number one role almost like instantaneously. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to share my screen.
I miss that. Ohio State Olave.
Yes. What I want to do here is I want to look at Olave's mixtape, if you will, from the NFL. And first, I want to go over what makes him such a special player. We're going to go first to this very first play. So trips on the left. You'll see Olave right in the middle, close to the line of scrimmage. Just watch how perfect. So he's at the top of the route. He's blanketed, and he's going to make a quick little move to the left and just sell this route to perfection. Now, there's plenty more of this where that came from. We're going to go to another play where they're going for a 2-point conversion. He's lined up at the top of your screen on the right, and he's going to fake if you watch. So if you watch his head, he's looking back for the ball. It's kind of looking like he's going for a fade. And then right at this moment, the defender is thinking he's going back at the end zone. Olave does the exact opposite, turns in, easy 2-point conversion. So he's got the route running skills very much on point. Another thing that Olave does very well, he's pretty durable. He did miss 2 games last year on separate occasions, but for the most part, he's got very good durability. Why is that? Well, he does something what I call Tyler Locketing. It was a viral video that blew up last year of Tyler Lockett basically diving after every play and refusing to get injured. It seems like Olave took a page out of his playbook. As you can see, like in this example right here, gets the ball, just dives for the first down.
I love that.
Just like a play later, Olave, same exact thing. Gets the ball, dives, first down. We're going to go to a different example. This is in the Ravens game. Yeah, the Ravens game on Monday night, but gets down and just gets down
right away.
So
he knows he's there.
He's smart. He's not trying to make flashy plays. He's just trying to get open. And he does get open pretty often. For example, in this Vikings game in London, just look how much space is in between these receivers. How is Olave getting open? It's absolutely incredible. He just finds open space. Another example over here in the Panthers game, which this is the first game that he really went off on. They're trailing in the game, but Winston makes a really nice throw, and Olave finds so much open space. It's not the best throw, but Olave high points it, gets it perfectly.
Facts.
So
get it.
Now I'm going to share a couple of my favorite plays from Olave. This one in particular. So this is also in the Panthers game, and this is something we didn't see too often from Olave. And I'm definitely going to bring this point up later as to how his game might improve this year. But the Saints quarterbacks weren't very good. I mean, Winston was probably the best quarterback they had, and he had severe back issues. But on this ball, Olave doesn't do anything complex. He's just going to run a go route. He's at the bottom of your screen. Just runs a go route, and watch this catch. Nice. Contested catch, honestly, just makes it look easy. It was really impressive to see. In this game versus the Raiders, he's at the top of your screen again. Just watch the speed on the slant route, how quickly he just gets open. Does a little move and just It just like that, 15 yards. It
And
just like
he locketed. He locketed.
yeah, and he locked it again. Uh, and one last example I'm going to show where this is Andy Dalton throwing it deep this time. Andy Dalton really didn't throw deep at all. He was much more of a check down guy. Uh, but this is a throw. Great throw by Dalton, by the way, with Aaron Donald about to sack him. Look at how wide open he is. But guess who's covering him, Chuck?
Ramsey.
Jalen Ramsey. Smokes Jalen Ramsey for the touchdown. I lied when I said last play. This is going to be my last play, but this touchdown is also pretty impressive. Against the Panthers last game of the season, watch his route. So he's going to do a little move inside. Defender is playing a few yards back. He just turns in. Catch ball right here, right? 5-yard gain. Nope. Change direction. Fakes the defender out.
Wow.
Gets the TD. Olave had so many impressive plays with nothing but subpar quarterbacking. So let's go to his new quarterback, Derek Carr. And a few things that I wanted to look at with Derek Carr is how often he had to throw into tight windows. And I have a few plays. This very first one, watch how tight this ball is in the middle. That's a defender draped on him. So amazing throw by Carr. But you saw how often Olave was getting open. Carr had to make some of these completions with like very little separation. Here's another one to his tight end, Darren Waller, where there's a defender right over him and he just guides it over the top.
Yeah.
Very impressive catch of 2 defenders. And throw. Very impressive throw as well. I'm going to show another one. This is to Davante Adams in the back of the end zone versus the Titans. This is not an easy throw either.
Oh, yeah.
Carr had to make so many difficult throws with, lack of receiving talent. He had Adams, but he didn't really have much around him.
No.
And his receivers just weren't getting separation. So he had to make this all the time. My favorite tight window throw is going to come in the game against the Jaguars. And this one's going to go to Hunter Renfrow, who's running in the slot right here. So watch when Carr throws this ball. You see where the defenders are? It's like there's 2 defenders on him. This should be a pick. This should be picked off, right?
Yep.
Nope.
Wow,
absolute precision sideline throw.
That's a dot.
A lot of Olave's throws last year, like if you just kind of go throughout his like regular highlight reel, Olave is just sideline catches, just like the one that you're seeing right here. It's about 4 to 5 minutes of this highlight reel is him doing sideline catches, but he actually beats his defenders. He doesn't have to get draped in coverage and make these incredible catches like Renfrow did. Olave has insane ability to get open. So Carr, who was used to, throwing into tight coverages, now has that advantage of getting a guy who can get open. The other thing I want to show. So we talked about we showed that one play with Olave against the Panthers where he had that deep ball and that very nice catch. The other one where he beat Ramsey.
Yeah.
I didn't show any more of that because there really wasn't more of that because his quarterbacks just were very reluctant to throw the ball. I want to show you how unreluctant, if that's a word, unreluctant Carr is to throw it deep. Here's an example down late in the game. Over a couple defenders, makes a very nice ball that he drops in. This is a 4th and 15, down 8, game on the line. Watch this amazing deep ball and how he finds his receiver. Carr loves to throw it deep, and he's very accurate with it. Here's another example in
a nice teardrop.
Yeah, in the Chiefs versus Raiders game. This is going to go to Davante Adams, who's at the bottom of the screen here, and also in a game where they're trailing. Watch how perfect this throw is while he's running up over 2 defenders.
Oh, yeah, that's gross.
Excellent. Just textbook, amazing deep ball. If they can run more deep plays for Olave, which he has the skill set to do so, Olave can become one of the top 5 receivers in the NFL, at least in terms of receiving yardage. I mean, take a look at this as well. So we got the splits between the the Raiders passing and the Saints passing last year. The Saints target share is dominated by Olave. You got Kamara the running back and their tight end Juwan Johnson, but in terms of receivers, Olave is more than double the next guy in Juwan Johnson, and of course Kamara is going to get his. If you look at the Raiders, their target share is pretty similar. Carr loves to target his top guy. His second guy was targeted half that amount. So it's clear that Carr isn't a guy that spreads the ball around. He's got his favorite receiver. He targets him a whole lot. And we can see that Carr will immediately make this offense way, way better. If you look at this stat, so this is the down and distance and how often they converted their chances on these downs and distances. I look at, for example, second down and long conversion rate was 63%. The Raiders, by comparison, is 76%. So Carr has the ability to completely transform this offense for sure. It's really up to Dennis Allen, the coaching staff, to show some improvement on their end, design some plays. But you see this target share, how often Devontae got targeted,
Oh
how
yeah.
often Olave got targeted by subpar quarterbacks. Olave is going to dominate this target share. There's no competition. Who, Michael Thomas? He hasn't shown anything. I wouldn't trust it for a second.
No.
And I can see an immediate chemistry developing between these two. And I am super excited for Olave's second season. He had 1,042 yards. I think he'd get like 1,400 this year. Full stop. And that is my Chris Olave presentation. Let me know your thoughts, Chuck.
Oh my God, that was absolutely amazing. I could not agree more that that tandem is going to be absolutely lethal. And just to add, like Derek Carr didn't have one guy that was as fast as. I mean, Devontae Adams was big, but like I don't even think he's as fast as Olave is. So it's going to be fucking awesome to see more of those quick out routes and fucking spreading it down the field and being even a bigger threat. And we're going to take a look at Garrett Wilson now.
Let's
And honestly, well, after watching, I think they're the same guy. I think they just like take planes and then it's one guy. There's just one guy.
They're clones. They're
They're
definitely
literally the
clones.
same. I was watching those highlights and I was like, I think I was just watching this guy. So I'll just share my screen. We're gonna start off with this is like his top 10 plays. I picked out like 4 or 5 of his plays, and then like a couple. There's a couple practice shoots of Rodgers and Wilson going off. First, I just want to read his stats real quick. Oh, I gotta do the volume. Just want to read his stats real quick from last year. So 1,103 yards. He was 15th in the league last year. 83 receptions, only 4 touchdowns. That's the 4 touchdowns thing is absolutely absurd to me when I look at that. But that's what happens when you had hit. He was receiving fucking throws from 4 different quarterbacks. One guy was fucking old. The other guy thinks he's fucking the man. The other guy's name is Mike White. And then the last guy, I forgot who he was. His number was number 15.
Ches Strevler or something like that.
Guy, I remember it was like Jaguars, Jets. Guy was a beast at running the ball that night. But Garrett Wilson took it away last year, 13 yards per catch, fucking rookie of the year. And we're going to see him right now. First one is going to be at the top of his route. So right now it's 3rd and goal. Who's that quarterback? Looks like Mike White, I think. So Mike White gets the motion, wants to see what the defense is in. He sees it. I think it's man all the way because you see at the top, Wilson's at the top, corner's looking right at him. So Flacco's going to go to his guy on the closest hash to his right. They want one-on-one. So once he hikes the ball, Wilson release inside. He's ripping. Wilson's going to rip through his inside. When a receiver goes in, there's only one way he's going. He's going out, and especially a condensed split like that. If you see the condensed split right off the bat, he's inside the number. When you're inside the number, look at all that space you have to the right. You're using that sideline space. So they're doing a one-on-one combo at the top. So he's throwing there automatic. Mike White looks to his right. Look, dips inside. Now you can just tell how smart Wilson is, and he's only been in the league for like a year. And I'm pretty sure this is like week 10. He's played every game, so he's even better at this point. He's gonna feel his weight on like the top of the route. And then once he gets the corner's leverage and he feels them holding, dude fucking sticks his foot in the ground. Watch him fucking come out. So I'm gonna play from the whole clip now.
Mm-hmm.
So fucking inside release, sticks his foot in, gets a separation. Dude's wide open. The fucking corner's on the ground. And I'm pretty sure they do a better angle right here. So watch this. Nice hop step to get the corner frozen. Inside release. Corner's fucking, he's beat right off the bat. He's got to hold on. He's draped all over Wilson. Wilson says, get the fuck off me. You're holding me, buddy. Fucking sit down. Look at that separation. Give me the fucking ball, 2 hands. He also has I think he's going to have 0 drops this year. Like if that was something to bet on, I'd bet on 0 drops this year. But his separation is just insane. And I could have thrown that ball too, Flacco.
Me too.
So let's go to, I just got to find the time. So now we're going to go to another play. He has this, like, if you saw that release right there, he does this like hop step and he has this like insane release and it gets him wide open. Watch this release. So he can do any route imaginable. That's what I'm just trying to get at. He can do any route. Vertical, fucking deep out, deep whip, cut corner, in, outs. He does every route imaginable. His arsenal is unlimited. And that's like the type of guy that Rodgers had with Devontae Adams. So now he's even got a faster guy, I think, fucking way faster than Devontae. And dude just spins this corner. Just spins this corner. Like, the corner is like fucking wow. He's fucking lined up so outside. This is a slant. Look how much space he has inside. You gotta sell the slant, and if you're gonna run this fucking fade, and he fucking sells it. Like, oh, get off of me. And he's fucking wide open.
It's
Great
way
ball,
too
2
late.
hands.
It's way too late for him to react.
Fucking so quick. He gets to the spot so fast. Like, all you got to do is put up there on the hike of the ball. That was just awesome. So, and then another one. All season, he's had shitty fucking balls thrown to him by shitty fucking quarterbacks. So I just think his concentration is insane. And it's almost like an and one here. Like we just watched like a fucking LeBron James to get fucking mangled by everyone. Dude, guy draped all over him. Still makes the catch. Like insane concentration. Nicest hands in the game. Dude literally keeps running. He doesn't throw up his hands like, oh, flag. He gets the ball, finishes the play. And if he wanted to, he could have went for more yardage if he stayed up. Because this next clip is actually insane. It is hard to fucking tackle this guy. I've seen multiple clips of him just dodging 5 guys trying to bounce off of him. So I also like this. I also love this route. Dude recognizes the coverage, sits right in the hole. And he even, if you watch, he touches the curl flat guy to let him know he's behind him. So he drifts back even more. So watch this. Let me just maximize it. Yo, see his hand right there on the back of that DB? Let him know where he is. Just doesn't even matter. He flinches for a second. Boom. Sit down the hole. Catch that shit. Fucking 3 guys. Doesn't even matter. Get the fuck off me. I'm going to the crib. Whoop. I'm going to the fucking crib. Whoop. Like, oh my God, dude. He is slippery as fuck. Get there, sit in the hole, recognize it was cover 3 because I throw the 3 deep shell.
How did he get between those 3 guys?
Insane. Insane. I'd like to watch that again because that was awesome. Through 524. So that's 21's got the curl flat. That's the corner at the top. He has the deep third. That's the safety in the middle, number 8. He's the middle third guy. Dude, eyes open up. Everybody converges. There's a linebacker too. Dude, you better not leave your feet. He left his fucking feet, hit his own guy. Fucking breaks those 2 guys' ankles. Could have broke this guy's ankle too. Damn, dude. Like, these 2 guys are going to be fucking explosive. And my last clip, this might be hard to see, but this is just a taste of what we're going to see.
Oh, my goodness.
This is just a taste. If you can just see this better, hold on. Like, oh,
Yeah,
like,
that's
and that was
unreal.
Rodgers throwing it. Just unreal catch. If you could just see that again. And like Rodgers is running towards the sideline. I know for a fact he's at the back of the end zone and he's running with him, but he just sat down the last second. And that's like telekinetic thing you got to have with your wide receivers to sit down in those spaces on the move. So I might be a huge Jet fan this year. So that I hope they have the most explosive offense. And they also got Mecole Hardbody. Huge fan of Hardbody. So I can't wait to watch this guy fucking ball out.
Hell yeah. And I predict that at least one of these guys will be a top five in receiving yards by the end of the year. Um, but
I
yeah,
agree.
Rogers is gonna like the way that he used to target Devontae Adams. He's gonna look for a guy just like that, and Lazard will get his for sure, and I'll take some attention away if anything. But Wilson is going to have a extremely nice year. He's got a little bit of an ankle injury right now. Hopefully, he recovers soon, but it's going to be a blast. And if you're playing fantasy football this year, two guys you should definitely target.
Oh, dude, definitely. I'm thinking about it right now as we just did this whole analysis.
Could be the 1-2 punch that could take you to the ship.
Probably go, yeah. If you take both of those guys, yeah.
Yeah. Well, we love a good film analysis, and we hope you did too. We hope you learned something, and we hope that you use this information accordingly to help school your fantasy football mates or make better bets, whatever your purpose is. But if not, hope you just enjoyed the content. Uh, and we're gonna have plenty more NFL coverage. Season's getting started. Zach Wilson's making his appearance again. Hall of Fame game tomorrow. We're
Yes.
filming this on Wednesday, it is, so we'll see how that goes. But we got plenty of football to cover. So I'm super excited. I don't know about you, Chuck.
Dude, I'm fucking ecstatic. I can't wait to watch Zach Wilson throw 5 picks, then get demoted to the third string again. So we'll see what happens.
Yes, sir.
And
But
hopefully the Browns look good too.
I don't know about that. I don't care. Screw you,
Facts.
Deshaun.
Yeah, pervert.
Yeah. But anyway, pleasure to talk to you guys. I'm Shoop,
I'm Chuck.
and we will see you again next time.
See you guys.